all protocols observed. It is a special pleasure for me to be here in my capacity as envoy of the chair of PDD, the Platform on Disaster Displacement. Those of you who are not familiar with us, we are a state-led, multi-stakeholder initiative with 19 member states, including from this region, the present chair being the EU, and Kenya being the present vice chair, and even more importantly, Kenya will take over chairmanship of PDD as of 1st of January 2024, and we are very, very much looking forward to working with Kenya and through Kenya with you in the coming years. As was already indicated, we have a very long-standing partnership with IGAD. No reason to repeat everything. Madam Fatia mentioned some of the occasions where we work together, but I would like to use this opportunity to really express my deep appreciation and thanks for this excellent partnership built on trust, built on very constructive cooperation over so many years, and we stand ready to continue this kind of partnership. Of course, human mobility in the context of disasters and climate change is a huge challenge. Previous speakers have addressed that. I don't need to repeat. But, of course, what we are doing here today, tomorrow, and when you're going back to our work is trying to address that challenge. And to be able to do that, we need quite a lot of things. We need sound policies that are in line with international standards. And as has been mentioned, IGAD has achieved a lot when we're talking about the policy frameworks, the Free Movement Agreement, the Kampala and Nairobi, the Kampala and the Djibouti declarations that will be discussed, but also the SOPs, the map that are on the agenda, and so on and so on. We need sound institutional frameworks, and I'm very happy to see that issues such as how to implement a whole-of-government approach, a whole-of-society approach, are on the agenda of this meeting. But then we need good implementation, and that's the most important. And of course, there's always the question of resources. That's not the topic here. But there are two other aspects that we are going to discuss. First, implementation is not possible without good evidence. We need to know. And again, looking at what is being done in the region, for instance, the excellent work by ICPAC, that's encouraging. I'm also happy to see among the participants my colleague Professor Nicodemus. He's one of the leading voices of the Climate Migration African Research Network, an initiative that was just launched a few weeks ago that brings together universities, and particularly active are universities, again, from the IGAD region. And finally, last but really not least, maybe the most important is that all our efforts to implement these sound policies have to be people-centered, community-centered. That's what we are here for. It's for the people we saw walking along the street when we traveled to this location. It's for the millions who have been displaced in the IGAD region by drought, by flooding, by other climate, weather-related events. It's for the communities that struggle to survive in a context of a changing climate that brings lots of adverse effects to them. And with this, I think we can make a contribution if we try to advance our thinking, but also our action along all of these lines. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kaelin, for those